Our last startup for the day is CloudFiles. CloudFiles is a B2B SaaS application for sales enablement. They've recently been rated as one of the best apps for document management in Salesforce App Exchange. The CEO, Vishesh, of 2009 batch, has 10 plus years of experience in Salesforce and has been the founding engineer of two successful B2B SaaS startups previously. The other co-founder, Siddharth, pursued his MBA from IIM Bangalore and worked in NVIDIA as a software engineer for 4 years. Ankit on the team has been the founding engineer in Comet and senior product engineer at Godera. And Naman is in the founding team and has been awarded the BITS Global 30 Under 30 Award for Outstanding Leadership. CloudFiles overall is a 10-member startup with an all-Bitsian founding team. Over to the team.
Hi everyone. So we are co-founders of CloudFiles. CloudFiles is a document automation and sharing platform. And so we are targeting the sales teams who are using CRMs like Salesforce and HubSpot. And currently a sales rep uses 5 to 6 tools which are related to documents in their sales process. This comes from document generation. So they have to generate proposals, contracts and all, and then store them in Google Drive, SharePoint, those kind of tools. Then, they need to find the right collateral to share with the accounts or leads that they're working with. For that, there are discovery tools like Seismic, HighSpot. And then they need to share the collateral with the customers and track engagement on that. And then, there are tools for e-signatures and all. So these are all document related tools, and there have been very successful products in this space. Conga Composer is for document generation, does about 100 million plus in ARR. SharePoint, Google Drive, that's a huge product. And then, there is Seismic, which is a leader in sales enablement, does 280 million plus in ARR. There's DocSend, Showpad, DocuSign, HelloSign. Now, this all looks good. The only problem is that there's just so many tools for the salesperson, right? And salesperson generally hate using new tools. They are very good at sales, but not very good at the tech and using the new tools. So the problem there is that context switch, they need to keep jumping between the tools. There's friction because these tools don't talk to each other. So you generate a document using Conga Composer, and now you need to manually go to SharePoint and upload it, right? Then there's security issue because these sensitive files and they are scattered across tools. There's rigidity. All these tools have their opinions built in. That introduces rigidity in the process. And the tools are not, they're not integrated with the CRM. People and the processes, they are in the CRM, in Salesforce, let's say, right? And the tools are outside. So CloudFiles solve that problem. We are a full stack document automation sharing platform. And we integrate your documents with your processes and then enable automation on top of that. That removes friction and that makes the whole process very customizable. So Salesforce did the same thing with the CRM. Salesforce understood that the sales processes are unique. So we need to make a very customizable CRM, and that's how they pioneered that. We are doing the same thing with documents, right? So because people's document needs are unique, so the power should be with them. The processes should not be built in, that they should be able to with our tooling, right? This is our status. So we have been in market for a year and a half. We are at $130,000 of ARR, and this is all recurring. There's no service business here. We are growing twice every quarter, and we have been consistent at it since last year. On the market size, so for every dollar that people spend on Salesforce, they spend about 1.69 on the apps, right? And this is so for all other CRM systems as well. So this gives us a total addressable market of about 100 billion plus. Now, I'll condense that to just document related tools. And that gives us just in Salesforce about $1 billion plus. And then there are other CRMs like Dynamics and Oracle. And so pretty big market here. And the reason we are only doing it for CRM because our target customers are salespeople. And any sales team bigger than 10 or 20, they're generally using CRM. So there's like 90% overlap. So we are playing on the trust of CRM. And that's why we are not building an independent product just for the CRM. That's why very high CRM focus, right? These are the GTMs. One is inbound. So the CRMs generally have an app marketplace where we are listed. So in Salesforce and HubSpot, we are already listed. That's where most of the leads come from. We also write a lot of content and then post it in the community. That's where leads come from. Also, CRMs are generally implemented by service companies. We partner with them and they bring customers our way. And also we celebrate our customers. So B2B customer relationship building is very important. So once we do that, we celebrate customers on social media, we get into their network, and that's how we become viral, right? This is the traction, 2x quarterly growth. I won't repeat these, but if we keep this momentum, we'll get to $500,000 of ARR in 2 quarters. We are also very close to break even. Our net burn is just 5K right now. We were burning 15K before. So like, within, by the end of this quarter, we should be at break even. These are customers we're building in India for the world. We don't have any customers in India, and this all in US and EU. Right now, we don't have a vertical focus, but we might eventually identify that. Our biggest customer in sales is using us in Salesforce, and they pay us $19,000. That's the ACV, and this is the competitor segment. So, there are very successful products which have most of these features, but they're not integrated with the CRM, introduce friction, right? And then there are tools which are integrated with CRM but don't have that many features. So that's where the gap is. That's where CloudFiles is filling that in, that you need a very feature-rich documents tool for the CRMs, right? This is the team. Again, founding team has mostly BITSians. And we are raising just $200,000 on convertible notes. This is 20% discount on next round, or 9 million cap. We raised funding about, just little less than 400K. Yeah, that's it. Over to you for questions.
Yeah, the basic, simple question is, you guys did a great presentation. That's not what I will comment more. The market is so large, and the players are also so large in this market. What do you think will be your USP that you can gain even an entry?
Yeah, so our USP is actually being integration first, right? So we are saying that one thing I told in the presentation, the salespeople hate using new tools, right? You tell them that, hey, you need to upload your files here, then create a link, then come and track it. They're not going to do it. So it's very hard for salespeople to even use Salesforce, right? And companies invest heavily on that. Now, when we get inside the Salesforce, it doesn't look like we are a new tool, right? So that's where, and that's, there have been Seismic, right? They do 200 million plus in ARR. We talk to users of Seismic, and people don't use it still. The adoption is very low, right? So our USP is that, we generally don't add any friction to your process, and we're highly customizable. That's another USP, right? So I told you all sales processes are unique. Someone says that, okay, I create an account in my CRM. I want a folder created in SharePoint with this name, and that name is very dynamic, right? And then inside that, I need two another folders. So that process is very custom. If you build that in your software, then you'll require to customize it all the time. We just kind of built the tooling for it. So the power is in customer's hand. They can set it up.
Okay, good. Yeah. Let me ask you another question. How come 4 of you decided to join hands together?
So 3 of us are the co-founders. Sid and I were sidees in BITS in 2009 batch. We did a lot of projects together. And then Ankit I met through a common friend. And then Naman is our, Naman is our core team member. He's very good at networking. That's why he came on board.
Lovely, lovely. Yeah. So I fully can relate with the problem statement because it's very true. And I also like your go-to-market with focusing on the app marketplace within the CRMs. But the question is, you guys seem to have very good traction on HubSpot. And I love that. But the big dog, Salesforce, which you said you're already on their marketplace, you don't seem to have traction.
So Salesforce, we just launched 2 months back. HubSpot, we have been there for a year and a half. And in fact, that was the whole story that we're doing the POC in HubSpot because it's easier to do. And then Salesforce 5 times. So in 2 months, we got 30K. That was in the last quarter of the year where sales is very slow. We have 100K of pipeline in Salesforce alone from 2 months of being in market.
So in Salesforce, we have converted 4 customers with a $30,000 ARR already. And the biggest customer that we have, so that is from Salesforce, a $19,000 one. So it's a really good traction.
Which makes a lot of sense, which is why I was saying, right? It makes a lot of sense. And of course, there's dynamics and other ones. So do you have a clear game plan for that as you think about the next 12 months ramp up?
So Salesforce is so big that it's going to take us 1 or 2 years to fully capture it, even more. We envision about 50 million plus of ARR from Salesforce alone. This Conga Composer is just Salesforce doing 100 million plus. I talked to an angel investor who has a company in Salesforce ecosystem, does 20 million plus just from SMS app in Salesforce. It's a huge market, right? Also the customer Sid was talking about 19K. We closed the deal in 2 hours. It was that easy. And the implementation in 1 hour. If you go to a service company, the other alternative is to go to a service company. They're going to take $50,000 and 2 months of time to build what we build in 1 hour. Because
totally with you. I think my point is that's where the 10x is.
Yeah.
And that's really where the proof of the concept really is.
Yeah.
Right? So anyway.
Yeah, I love what you guys are doing. Of course, it looks like customers want something like this as well. But I mean, you mentioned there was 6 tools people are already using, and you're going to add a 7th. I mean, are you trying to eliminate any of those 6, or like you're going to just coexist with them?
yes, so that's the best part of our tool, actually very unique part. So telling someone who is using DocuSign, he come to our tool and use CloudFile signatures, and nobody, we don't want CloudFile signatures. So you can just plug in DocuSign, right? We are not replacing. We will never compete with SharePoint. We say plug in SharePoint, we'll connect it.
But there's only so much budget everybody's got, right? So
Yeah,
you have to save some budget for them so they can spend on yours.
Yeah. So see what happens. Our product, we target the teams which are pretty big, sales teams like 50 plus, 100 plus team, and they already have these tools, and these are must-have tools. Like SharePoint, people already have; it's a must use. DocuSign is a must use. Document generation we will give. So people who don't have budget, we give a pretty basic offering, right? So you can use our storage for free. That is backed by AWS S3. So we'll build these bare minimum versions, but to keep it very flexible, we also let you plug your own, and that is to just not introduce any friction, right?
So your whole play is not about trying to save them money, but make them more efficient with the current tools they have. Right? So they got to spend more money for
If
that.
saving money is their aim, right, and they are using these DocuSign and SharePoint and everything, what they're going to do is, hey, let's stop using DocuSign because CloudFiles is something we really, really need. Because it's connecting everything. So let's use CloudFile signature. It does, it satisfies 80% of our use cases. So I think that's where the
Over
cost.
time, you want to replace some of those guys.
Sorry?
So over time, you want to replace some of that. You want to replace
Some
DocuSign.
who have less sophisticated requirements, they might replace their tools with us. But then there are some which have very sophisticated requirements. People who are creating extremely complex proposals using Conga. So that is something that we definitely cannot do. And that's where we'll always tell them that, hey, use Conga. But when the document gets created, we move it to SharePoint.
Thank you.